Yeah, my advice this evening is just to hold off on I-80 if you've got any plans, especially from Lincoln out towards York. Wait for this line to pass because, as we were telling you during the 5 o'clock, there is a wall of dust that is coming along with these thunderstorms. They're being kicked up on the outflow from these thunderstorms as the wind blows out ahead of these things. It's kicking up all the dust, and it's just walls of dust dropping visibility. So again, my advice, not traveling along I-80 at least until this first line or the second line passes. You can see right now we've got a number of warnings mainly up over to the north of Lincoln. Far northern Lancaster County included in a few of these warnings. The latest now for Butler, Lancaster, Saunders, and Seward County until 7 o'clock is for this area right here. And you can see the extreme northwest corner of the county. This is moving off to the north and east pretty quickly. In fact, from the last scan that just came in, you can see how it's jumping ahead. It's moving about 65 miles an hour to the north and east. Another cluster, again, radar scan just updated, so my track is off, but this will give you an idea of the general direction of how it's traveling. Small hail possible down along with this thunderstorm. That's to the north of Hebron right now, and that's moving northeast. But I also want you to notice the storms that are further south into Kansas. These are moving northeast, so these will likely clip Jefferson County as well as Gage County within the next, let's say, half hour to hour and a half or so as these keep trekking off that direction. So warnings are likely to come out your way for the main threat being some damaging winds and maybe some small hail. There is a lot of instability still for these thunderstorms to work with, but I wanted to show you this. Notice how quickly the instability falls off. There is still instability there, but it's just not as strong, not as high, or you can see the moderates and the high in the areas in yellow and orange back to the south and west of Lincoln down towards Beatrice, and even west of Lincoln into far southern or eastern Seward County. So as these storms move into that environment, they'll likely get going, but I think as they move further east, they will start to lose some of their energy and their ferociousness with them as they've been blowing through the state with gusts at times over 80 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm watch is still in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. This does include most of the Channel 8 viewing area right now, and they've also expanded it to include the Omaha Metro. Here is Stormcast starting at 6:30 this evening. It's actually not doing too bad with the placement of these thunderstorms. These will keep moving eastward, and then as you can notice, there's also a northeastward component to it as far as how it's moving. So by 7 o'clock, we're likely to have thunderstorms over the top of Lancaster County and over Lincoln. That quickly moves to the north and east, but notice this next line that begins to develop. This is the one that's ahead of a cold front. These thunderstorms will get going and start moving off to the east, but as they move eastward, I think the front will get out ahead of it, and these will start to fizzle as they move further and further east. So these will turn into prolific rainmakers because there's so much low-level moisture out there. It's humid. We'll probably get some pretty good lightning out of these thunderstorms also, but I do think they will be weakening as they move further east. And you can see on Stormcast how they kind of lose all their forward momentum. They really stay stationary, so we'll have to watch out for some heavier rains later on tonight. We'll keep a chance for rain in the forecast during the overnight hours pre-dawn because by 5 o'clock in the morning, everything's off to the east. Wind is the main threat. Hail initially up until probably for another hour or so. A small tornado threat, and of course some flooding threats as well if we do see these storms just stall out and just produce and dump rain. We've had a number of reports around the area, mainly wind. We have had some hail reports. Here's a live look right now from Honda of Lincoln looking off to the north and west. You can see the leading edge or the shelf cloud from that thunderstorm that's back into Seward County. Right now it's 92 in Lincoln, 90 in Beatrice where it has been raining. It is much cooler with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and it's still humid outside. The heat index is still 93 in Lincoln. Tonight we'll see our temperature dropping to 60. For tomorrow, skies turn sunny and the humidity is going to really drop with dew points only in the 50s. It's going to feel much more comfortable tomorrow. It's also going to be cooler tomorrow as opposed to today where we hit 95 in Lincoln, the warmest it's been since September of last year. We're talking highs tomorrow in the low 80s. 7-day forecast shows on Saturday 83 degrees, a chance for a spotty shower, maybe a morning shower on Sunday, but only 78 degrees. 70s for Monday and Tuesday, with Tuesday having a chance for some scattered showers. And then we start to turn humid again and warmer with temperatures back in the middle to upper 80s by the end of next week.